Hi, guys and dolls. Divinedivak here, and I am here to share with you my May live version of the Small YouTubers Forum. So today, I am going to talk to you about additional ways to grow your YouTube channel. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I do lives, as you see here. I do how-to haul videos. I do it on makeup. I do it on skincare, hair care, and other items like that. I also am coming at YouTube from a different perspective, a more mature perspective. And so I do things differently. So hopefully you enjoy my content. And if you do, and you're watching this in the replay, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like my content. I invite you to go and look at my videos and see what I'm all about. So today I wrote down some items that I'd like to make sure that I cover in this particular live, in this particular Small YouTubers Forum. The first thing I want to talk about, I just heard about this actually. I was on a live and I'm trying to remember, I've been on so many lives recently, I don't remember exactly whose live it was, but I did not realize that if you put a check mark or a lot of emojis in a comment, that it's considered spam by YouTube. I thought that was something that was very, very strange. I see it all the time and it never occurred to me. I get a lot of comments that on my videos that are just emojis. And so after being on this live, I'm now going to think differently about allowing them through, because a lot of times they get caught in the spam collector. And so a lot of times I'm like, I'm happy that they're interacting with me, but now coming to find out when it's time to get monetized, YouTube is looking at those comments and considering them as spam. And I never knew that before. So I just found that out today. A lot of emojis, checks, that was another one that I'd never thought of, but they have now decided that if you give somebody a check mark, which to me means, yeah, like a thumbs up, if you give somebody a check mark, that is considered a form of spam, which I thought was very, very interesting. Thumbs up are okay. Hey, Lisa, thumbs up is okay, but check marks are not okay. I thought that was very interesting. And more than 2 emojis. So I have been on lots of lives where people have, like 5 emojis or, 5 purple hearts or things like that. I said, that's really wild. Sometimes my fingers get a little bit, and I will put in more than 1 emoji. But now after being on these lives today, I realized, wait a minute, I'm actually spamming somebody. I think I'm doing something good, but I'm actually doing something bad. Yes, I learned a lot today. I realized I'm doing something bad and not something good. So that was like one of the first aha moments with emojis and more than 2 and not putting a check. And I'm thinking that thumbs up is soon going to be considered a spam item. What I think I've learned is if you put fruit, you're okay. Hey, Tracy, if you put fruit in, you're okay. But if you put checks, you're not okay. Or if you and I'm thinking thumbs up is probably going to be go quickly along that path that is going to be considered spam by YouTube. Also, if you put a whole bunch of caps, fruit, crowns, and hearts are still okay right now. So, but then again, don't put more than 2, because if you put more than 2, it's considered spam, which I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. If you put all caps, got to be careful about that too. Not your answer shouldn't be in all caps. Although a lot of times, I mean, I think that's shouting at someone, but sometimes if you really agree, maybe you want to shout the fact that you agree. That is considered spam also, which was interesting to see. One of the things that you'll see in one of my upcoming videos, go to Taco Bell on me, in other words, Bell. One of the other things that you'll see in one of my upcoming videos, I'm doing the subscriber tag, the perfect subscriber tag. Comments like sub for sub, that's considered spam. And I have seen that in my comments when I'm going through my comments, there section that says held for review. A lot of times people go, oh, loved your video, sub for sub, or check out my video. You're basically, in my mind, when you're doing that, you're really not interacting with the content creator. You're basically vomiting your information on somebody else's page, hoping that someone else will see it and look at your page. I don't think that is the correct way to interact on somebody's live or on somebody else's channel. I think that what you really need to do is to watch the video or the live and contribute something that is content consistent and is meaningful to the track of what's going on. Classic spamming, yes. I mean, meaningful to what the conversation that's going on at that given time. It's important that you interact with that person so that person will want to add you to their their list of subscribers. Sub for sub does not make me want to interact with you. So I typically delete those. I'll give you a preview of that question answer to that question on the perfect subscriber tag. I typically delete that comment. I won't interact with that. So, and I don't blame anybody else for doing the same thing. So that was the first thing in terms of spam and the idea of spam and what I call vomiting comments on people's lives and on people's video feed. I think that's very important. Second thing is to do lives. It's a double-edged sword. I believe that lives are going to be the way of the future. Being able to have conversations with your YouTuber community and having them actually see you and ask you questions, I think that is going to be the wave of the future. So we as content creators have to get over our phobia of being live and not knowing who's going to jump in, not knowing if anybody's going to jump in. Yep. I think you should, Lisa. Not knowing whether or not how am I going to act if I get a troll? Just things in general as to how to work that whole thing. For me, it's I may lose my train of thought. I am a mature vlogger. It happens. Guess what? Get over it. It happens. So I am fully embracing the live. I'm putting it out there that I'm fully embracing the live way of interacting with the community. Yes, I have my first moderator. Woo! I'm fully embracing interacting with the community in a live forum. I think that number one, it helps your watch time. Number two, it helps your community understand you or feel closer to you, I think. In terms of getting monetized with YouTube, you have to hit that 1,000 subscriber point. And after you've hit that 1,000 subscriber point, you're still not monetized until you get 4,000 watch hours. Let me tell you, 4,000 watch hours is a lot of watch time. And if you're not going to be doing lives, or I think that if you cut out that live portion and say, okay, I'm only going to do canned videos, I think that you're shooting yourself in the foot, because it's going to take a lot of views in order to get you over that view time hump. Yes, there is so much to learn about this YouTube content creator gig. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I think that you have to be dedicated to learning, which is okay, because for me, it's a lifetime of learning. And I will tell you one thing before I continue. I just worked on getting this backdrop up. You're too late. I just worked on getting this backdrop up. If it falls down in the middle of this video, then it falls down. But because it's fallen once already. But I'm still working through it. So hopefully I get through this live with my backdrop up. I'm still trying to figure out how to do all of this. It's shimmery, I know. I'm trying to figure out how to get through all of this, but I'm just telling you that it might happen. And if it does, don't be surprised. I will just keep working through it. Hey, Lexi, thank you for joining. Yeah, so in terms of this whole YouTube thing, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of things to know. And you put up a video. When I first started, and it was funny because I was talking to my sister today, and I realized that I put up my first video October 12th, 2009. So it'll be 10 years that I have been doing YouTube videos in October. And when I first started, I just threw up videos. I just, I felt like talking about something and I just threw it up. Because back in the day, that's what you did. There may have been algorithms, but we didn't know about them. We just threw up videos about things that we liked. I like this hair care product. I like this wig. I like this piece of makeup. So I'm just gonna turn on my camera, or nowadays turn on your phone. In my case, when I'm doing lives, turn on my webcam and start talking about what I like. That's what we're doing. That's what we were doing back then. Now it's all these algorithms, and you have to do this, and then you have to have a thumbnail, and you have to have a thumbnail that's clickable, that's not clickbait, but interesting enough that somebody's going to want to click on it. Yes, Lexi, it's so much harder now. I gotta make a thumbnail that is consistent in color content, so that when you look at my videos, all my videos have a continuity to it. It's different. I'm not saying it's not fun, because it's still fun to me, or else I wouldn't do it. But it is a lot more intricate if you want to get to the levels that other people are at. Branding is key. Nowadays, and I don't know when that shift happened, but when that shift happened, the people who got on board real early in that shift, they have exceeded. They have just blown up. And I have to say that once I started working on my thumbnails, which, thank you, Lisa. Once I started working on my thumbnails, I got much better viewership. I started getting more people viewing even my older content. I had people viewing my older content because I changed the thumbnails. Yeah, I'm sure it's the competition, because when you open up YouTube and you see a whole bunch of videos, what is your eyes drawn to is what is the one that gets clicked, or the clickbaity type of titles are the ones that get clicked. And there are so many aids nowadays that weren't around before. Tubebuddy is something that I use that helps me pick my titles. And I will leave a link below to Tubebuddy. But Tubebuddy is one that helps me pick my titles, because by picking a title, you can, hi, is it Athena? Hi, Athena, welcome. By picking a title, you can get somebody to click on your video, which is very, 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 very important. So yes, and the commitment is hard, because one of the things that people talk about is consistency, being consistent. Now, I will also say one of the other things that have moved up my my watch hours is that I put out content every Monday and Friday. So I do it twice a week. That's kind of my sweet spot. I don't think I could do it any more than that. I know some people do it daily. I don't think I could put out more than 2 videos. I have right now, and I batch my videos, and I need to get better at editing, because my most recent video, thanks to Movie Maker, duplicated the video several times within the same thing, and I didn't even realize it. But one of the things that I have kind of embraced, and I was watching Roberto Blake, and one of the things he said is, yes, quality content is important to put out, but sometimes you can get so caught up in the weeds and trying to make, the thumbnail perfect, everything you say in the video perfect, that you don't get the video out. And so every once in a while, like my last video, every once in a while a video will go out that just didn't catch everything that you should have caught. Yes, I love Roberto Blake. There's something that you just didn't catch. Well, it's better to get the content out and get it out on that Friday than to sit there and worry about the fact that I missed something. Or, this one, I think one of the things that female content creators have to get over, and I did it today, is I'm not wearing any makeup. I noticed that male content creators come out the box just the way they are. Female content creators are constantly having to, put on the full war paint, be perfectly snatched before you get on a video. I have gotten to the point where I won't do that. Yes, perfectionism can definitely kill creativity. But I have just decided that I'm going to come on, and there are going to be some times when I'm made up, because maybe I'm going to work, or I'm coming home from work, and I happen to be doing a video. Well, then I'm going to do it in makeup. And then there's some days like today, I'm not going anywhere. So why would I have to sit here and put makeup on? But you can. I have just made the decision that, what, if it's a choice between me doing the video or not doing the video, because I'm not putting makeup on today, I don't feel like putting makeup on today. One of my goals in the beginning of the year was that I was going to do 1 live video a month. And so there was 1 month that I didn't do it. So this is month 5, and I missed 1. So I'm just doing it. I did that to film a collab video for someone. Spent more time on the makeup than filming the video. That's funny. But you're doing it for a collab for somebody else. So yes, I would probably put makeup on if I was doing a collab for somebody else. But on my own video, I don't feel I need to do that. I think that on my own video, my community, I want to build a community that is perfectly okay whether I wear makeup or I don't wear makeup. So, and there are, like I said, our male counterparts don't have to go through that. I don't look at, Roberto Blake or who is Brian G. Johnson. I'm not looking at them and saying, ooh, do you have makeup on? I'm listening to what they have to say, and I'm not necessarily looking at what they look like. I think with women, we tend to want to look at what they look like before we make the decision as to whether or not they have anything substantive to say, or anything that's really worth listening to, and that's not fair. And we need to get out, we need to break out of that mold. Hey, and it's out there for posterity, because, you know, once you're out there on the internet, you can't take it back. So it's out there. Yeah, if you're a makeup expert, it's a little different if you're selling makeup, or not selling makeup, but you're promoting makeup, or you're doing a tutorial, which you're probably never going to, well, I'll do a get ready with me, but I don't think I'm good enough in the makeup game to try to tell somebody this is how you should do your makeup. I can show you how I do my makeup, but I don't think I'm good enough right now to say this is, you know, do makeup this way. Yes, yes. I work outside of YouTube. Obviously, YouTube is not paying my bills. I have a job, which then that also makes it difficult, Athena, to work YouTube in to my, you know, my day-to-day life, because I do have a job which requires my mental awareness as to do that job, and then all the other things that you have to do in order to be successful on YouTube. But one of the things I think, getting back to lives, is that lives do help you. Live streams helps you in the watch time that you need, and it also helps you think on your feet and be able to interact with individuals, and to sometimes not get thrown over your own tongue, which I'm getting right now, but that's okay. I'll be fine. I would love to see you, Lisa, drawing your eyebrows on. It would show me how to do it, because as you can see, my eyebrows are kind of non-existent. I need to put some Jamaican black castor oil on my eyebrows to get them to grow in a little bit more fuller. So make sure I got into everybody's comments up to this point. Yep. So lives are I think lives are, again, very important to do, to learn how to do. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for you to lives do two things. One thing, for you to do the lives so that you get used to talking and interacting with your community. The second thing I've learned is to go on lives and watch other people's lives. Yes, Lisa, go visit Lisa, Living My Best Life Over 50. She's got some really good content to watch. We did a collab together. So if you look on, I think it's like 2 or 3 videos back, we did a collab together in the Small YouTubers forum. She has some really, really good information. Yes, Lou is the boss of live. She does them very, very well. I mean, and she has actually given me inspiration to do lives. Just watching her and the comfort level, you know, how comfortable she is being live. But if you listen to her, she's done lives for a long, long time. She did lives when nobody got on the live, and she was just talking basically to herself. I mean, so if you do enough of them, and she does them like 3 times in a day. Like I'm doing a live once a month, and so I have to get my courage up to a certain level to do it. I have to get to my up to a certain level for me to do the live, and then I do the live. The adrenaline comes up. I get it. I do it, and I'm like, okay, I did this live, and then when I shut the camera down, I'm like, oh, I've done my live. I don't have to do it again for another 30 days. But I think that the more you do the lives, the better you're going to get at it. So I think that just to turn it on, start talking, because number one, I mean, I try to promote a little bit that I am going to go live at a certain time. But people have, lives, and their schedules are different from yours from when you can do your live, and they may not come on when you do your live. But also go on other people's lives, which is something that I've been starting to do. I've been going on other people's lives and watching how they interact. And some of the bigger lives, obviously there are trolls, more trolls come on bigger lives. Like my little live, it happens from time to time, but not very often. And it's real, I ignore, it's real easy for me to ignore because number one, the reason why I do it on a big screen is so that I can actually read what people are saying. Half the time I don't even see what they say. But I'm a big girl. There's nothing you're gonna say to me, that's gonna put me in a crazy place. I know who I am. And so some random person coming in and saying something off the wall is not going to change who I am. I'm very confident in who I am. So doing lives personally, trolls. In fact, when I get them, I feel like, ooh, my life has gotten big enough that some person has decided that they were going to come in and say something. So it's all good. Oh yeah. So yeah, going on other people's lives though will help you. And you say something meaningful. Obviously, you just don't go in and vomit. Hi, sub to my channel. I mean, listen to what the live is about. Say something that's substantive. And after a while of going on a person's live, they see you and then they'll sub to you because they see that you're part of their community. And so I found out that there are actually lives out there where people just run the live, they start shouting out people, and people are subbing to their channel. And it's like it's a kind of a growth thing. And I'm like, oh, this is an interesting genre. They're not really talking about anything in particular. They're just going live and having people put their names in. Yes, living my best life over 50 and I were on a live together, watching a live together. And it was like a growth live. And they weren't talking about anything. They weren't, there was no particular subject. They were just shouting out people as they came in and saying sub to that person. And so, there were like 20 people on the live, and they were just saying sub to that person, sub to that person. Oh, so-and-so's in the house. And then that person would turn around and go on and play a playlist of whoever was on the live and play a playlist. Now, the nice thing is, number one, you got a shout out. Number two, you got watch time because that person turned on the playlist and just started playing it, which was kind of nice, especially since that person's never seen you before, seen your content. It was interesting. It was a very interesting. It was a very interesting experience. I don't know if I would ever do something like that because for me, it's about the content. But it was very, very interesting. And that leads me into my final point, which is I didn't know this either. There are Facebook groups where you can join with like-minded content creators and you share each other's videos on playlists. And I thought, well, that's an interesting concept. I watch your videos, you watch mine. I get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, and then you get to know about me and what I do. I thought that was like really, really interesting. And you can play that person's, or those people's information. And the bubbles, yes. The kids in the background, the bubbles were crazy. But you play, they have a playlist, and everybody in that group for that day plays a certain number of videos within that playlist, and it gives you watch time because for those of us who have hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, the next milestone is a huge one. 4,000 watch hours is a lot of time. I didn't realize how much time it was. When I was looking at my analytics, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not far at all. That was minutes I was looking at, not hours. We're talking about 4,000 watch hours. That's a lot of time. How do you get that much watch time? Yes, YouTube creators. It has a cool face look icon. Yes, YouTube creators. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of watch time. That's a lot of watch time. Lexi, how close are you in terms of geographics between living my best life and me? Or I'm not quite sure what you're. Oh, I'm far. I'm far. I'm at 1,000 watch hours. I'm at 1,100 watch hours right now. And they go back 365 days. So they go back 365 days. So, and so when I think about it, I mean, it was Lulu who got me back into doing videos on a regular basis. And I have just started being consistent since January, doing 2 videos a week since January. Yeah, so I would say starting January is when I really started buckling down and doing more videos, and then starting to get more into the watch hours. Yeah, we're about 12 hours. Yeah, you've driven it, so you know. Yeah, so then I got it. So just recently, I've gotten into trying to get my watch hours up. Because one of the things is you can have a lot of subscribers. I've seen a lot of people who have a lot of subscribers, but they don't have a lot of watch time. When you look at their actual individual videos, they have thousands of subscribers, but then when it comes to any given video, they may only have 200 or 300 views on a video. And even within that video, you have a certain amount of minutes. Like when I first started really getting into that YouTuber creators Facebook group, my average view time was about 2 minutes. Well, that's crazy because I have videos that are, I say on average about 15 minutes long, which means that most people who were looking at my videos before watched about the first 2 minutes of it. So there was something about the first 2 minutes that, at that point they dropped off. Well, now my average watch time is about 4 minutes. So it hasn't gotten to the full 15 yet, which is the average amount of time of my videos. It hasn't gotten to that length yet, but I see it moving in the right direction. So by playing playlists, so if you want to play any of my playlists and you want to support me by playing any of my playlists, that supports me because that means that you're watching the videos in their entirety, and it also gives me more watch time. So you want to get as many watch hours as you can. And, 15 minutes, if your videos are 15 minutes long, that's 4 videos equal an hour. So you would want to make sure that your videos, so you'd have to watch 8 of your 15-minute videos to get to 2 hours. And so then if you figure how many hours do you have to get to 1,000? So it takes a lot. It takes a lot. So your title is important, making sure that the title of your videos are important, making sure the thumbnails of your video is important, getting in the right groups that watch your videos is important. Yes. You want to try to make sure that they watch your whole video. You want to have enough information that they would watch your whole video. Oh, yes, Lexi, you can watch them as many times as you want. YouTube does not care how many times you watch my videos. So thank you for watching them. You can watch them as many times as you like, over and over again. You can leave it running in the background. But I mean, those are things that get your watch hours up. You're at 320 watch hours so far. That's it. And it's kind of daunting when you think about it. I mean, how long? I mean, there are calculators out there. I don't have an iPhone. I'm an Android user, but there are calculators that will tell you, if this is where you are, this is how much time you have before you get to the 4,000 watch hours. You have, excuse me, you have a lot of watch hours for 6 weeks in, girl. You got 320 watch hours and you're only 6 weeks in. I mean, I'm at 1,100. I'm 10 years in. Now, granted, they're looking back 365 days. So yes, I am. It's not apples to apples because we're looking 365. We're looking 365 days back, and obviously each day we move forward. That one day falls off. So joining Lexi, if you're, yes, play them. I have one that's called Get to Know Me as a Content Creator. That one has about 45 videos in it. And if you just turn it on in the background, it plays all of my videos, not all of them, but quite a few. I think I have like almost 300 videos, I think. It plays about 45 of them. I have one on hair care. I have one on fragrances. I have one on my gray wig video playlist. I have quite a few. Yeah, if you go to divinedivak and you click on the channel and then go playlist, it'll show you all my playlists. And so I know I was on a live with Lou this morning, and we were talking about the fact that, her channel has a variety of topics. And I was watching one of Roberto Blake's videos on growing as a YouTube channel. And one of the things he said is that his videos are not watched at as high a level as he has subscribers. And that is because he talks on a variety of subjects. And one of the problems, if you're trying to grow astronomically, then you need to niche down to one subject. And then everybody in the community that you build, they're there for that one subject. But when you do a lot of different subjects, then you're splitting up who is watching what. Because the people who watch me for fragrances aren't particularly interested in my natural hair care videos. And the ones who watch me for natural hair care may not be interested in my wig videos. And, and the people who are into the small YouTuber forum and growing their YouTube channel may not be interested in any of the other ones. So those, when you diversify your videos, you also diversify your community. Yes, you can. You also diversify your community, which then makes the views on any particular video can make it smaller, because the person who's coming to your channel may not be interested in that particular subject. But I am a firm believer, as Roberto Blake had said, is that stifles my creativity. If I can only talk about one thing on my channel, then I lose my creativity, because if I see something else I really want to talk about, I can't talk about it because my community won't allow me to do that. That's not going to happen. So I am a random person by nature. And so I have to be able to talk about anything I want to talk about at any given time. And so I will suffer in terms of views for a particular video because my community is going to be very diverse. But the upside is it is diverse, so I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. And so I can come on here with no makeup because I don't only do makeup videos. If I only did makeup videos and I came on a video with no makeup, that would be very shocking for my community. Or I will attract other random people, which I love too, because I'm random. So join the random life of Divine Diva K. So So yes, I am definitely of the mindset that I should be able to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And you watch the videos that interest you and don't watch the videos that don't interest you. I love the diversity. I love being diverse. I like that, Lexi. Thank you so much. Yes. And I appreciate viewers like you, because then you revel in my randomness with me. And I like that. Yes. And and that's one of the things that a lot of people, if you watch a lot of these channels that talk about YouTube growth, they say niche down, niche down, niche down. When you niche down, you're gonna explode, which you have done. You follow the rules perfectly, and look how your channel is growing. Yes, it is. It is, especially if you're very. I'm passionate about everything I talk about, but if you are passionate about a specific niche, you know a lot about that niche, and so you bring a level of expertise because you really know that and you really live that. So I think it's a great idea, and I think that's why you're doing as well as you're doing, because people can sense that when they watch your videos. And passion is very important. I mean, if I had no affectation, and if I just talked to you like this when I was talking, you would probably not watch me for very long, because it wouldn't be very interesting. That was hard to do. I mean, people, and that's, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but going back to lives, that's why lives are important, because, I can can a video and you will never see the true me. Yes, Lexi. I could can a video, you'd never see the true me. You would just see what I produce for you, which is a lot of like what social media is like. That's why you see Instagram going to Instagram TV, Facebook going to Facebook Live, because people want to see who the person is. And it's really hard to keep up a facade when you're live for as long as I am. I'm gonna put my batteries dying here. There we go. Now, when you're live for as long as I am, there's no way for me to put up an affect for as long, for the whole time. Yes, it is very painful to watch, and I tend to click off of it. So I don't watch it. I'm not subjected to that for that long period of time. But when you're live, things like not being able to talk, knowing what I want to say, but not being able to talk, and how do I recover from that? Those are things that you get that typically people edit out. So when you get all those jump cuts, it's because, you're trying to get your point across, and you don't want someone to have to deal with the fact that you have to think, or you're having a senior moment. and you think you said something, your brain has thunk it, and it's flown away, and you're still here trying to articulate it. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that. See, living your best life, you have to hook up with this woman. She is such a supporter. So if you have a channel and you're trying to understand things about YouTube, hook up with her. She knows her stuff. She is the queen of social media. No worries. No worries at all. No worries at all. Today, I'm off from my full-time job. I am here for the day. I'm not going to be on the live for the day, so I'm not going to scare you, but I'm here for the day. And Oh, you are so successful. You are just you're great. You're great. And I knew you would have been great years ago. I'm glad you finally jumped on the wagon because it's a lot of fun. I mean, this YouTube thing is a lot of fun. I think we get our ourselves kind of like caught up in knots, over doing it right. But the reality is this YouTube thing is just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. Oh yeah, she paid me. She paid me. She paid me at the table. When I get super chat, and I monetize and I get super chat, she has to pay me back. See, for all of this, she has to pay me back. A promise. This YouTube thing is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. And I've gotten to meet some really great people. People I would have never met if I didn't do YouTube. I have to have something to drink because I've been talking for 46 minutes. Oh man. So what else can we talk about? I totally agree. I'm enjoying, yes. Iced tea, sweet tea, actually. It's actually sweet tea. So, and that's a cautionary tale too, because you can eat, sleep, and drink YouTube if you allow it, or even social media in general. Because like I said, the live platform is something that's taking over social media. H2O there. Are you drinking anything, Lexi? The live thing is taking over YouTube, and I think it's mainly because people want to know who they're dealing with. A chance to interact, a chance to kind of form relationships. And when you're doing videos where everything is canned up, you don't have that. You see the perfect, it's like when you look at the Instagram pictures, it's like they have a perfect life, but they really don't. Oh, you're British. Oh, the Queen's drink. Yes, 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 yes. So what else would you like to talk about? I finished my 3 points that I had for this particular small YouTubers forum. Spam with the emojis, caps, and comments sub for sub. Number 2, doing lives, making sure that you just get out of your comfort zone, turn on the live, and come what may. But one thing I will caution you about live, have some idea of what you're going to talk about. Like I have 3 points that I wanted to talk about. So have some idea of what you wanted to talk about. And 3, the Facebook playlist groups. Those are the 3 things that that I wanted to talk about in this particular small YouTubers forum. Of being monetized. Let's talk about how being monetized is not the all and all. True. You work up to that and maybe. Yes, that is true. That is true. Monetization, YouTube monetization is, hey, Monique, YouTube monetization is not the end all be all. Very true. Because you do work. I was monetized before all of this new, I was monetized before I before this 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, I was monetized. And I think I got one check from YouTube. It was for 3 months and I got $100. And I was monetized probably for, at that point, 2 years. And I had gotten $100, and it was probably for maybe 3 or 4 months of, because I mean, you get so little, because most people skip the commercials. That's number one. Most people skip the commercials. Yes, most people skip the commercials, and so you don't get a lot of, you're not going to get a lot of money from that. One of the things that you do get is a voice in social media. So affiliations, sponsored videos, those are the things that come your way when you get to the level of monetization. Yes, Athena, YouTube, no, I'm not going to depend on YouTube to pay the bills. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, so people like that who wouldn't even see, even if I'm monetized, I wouldn't get anything when Monique watches my video because she says she has the ad block. So I wouldn't get anything from that anyway. And as I say, most people skip. But one of the things I'm finding with some of these bigger YouTubes, they're sneaky. They have the skippable ones in the front, and then in the middle of the video, they'll throw in one that you can't skip. And that just pisses me off, because when that happens, I then shut the video down. I am so bad. I need to stop that. God doesn't like ugly. It's okay, Monique. I mean, and I will say forever and ever, shoot me or let me know when I become monetized. If I do like 5 skippable videos in the middle of on a 10-minute video, call me out because I mean, I just can't stand it. Yes, Lexi. I mean, that is like, that gets me crazed. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Lexi. I think it's greed. That's why I don't watch a lot of the drama channels. That is the main reason why I don't watch. I mean, not that I wouldn't be interested in some of the juicy things they have to say, but a lot of them, when you watch those videos, it's who is it? Karina Kaboom. And I can say these because they're never going to watch these videos. Rich Lux. Some of these people, they just like commercial. I mean, like they say a minute and a half and then a commercial. A minute and a half and then a commercial. Dustin Daly. I mean, you can't. You're trying to understand what they're saying, and in the middle of it, they chop in another video. I mean, another ad. I can't. I mean, and if I were to let it run for all of them, I mean, that's a good, and you think of the thousands of people that have watched it, that's a good chunk of change. Now, granted, that's all they do for a living. You are funny, Monique. You are funny, but I hear you. Yes. I mean, I don't watch, regular network TV because I don't like the commercials. Why would I go to YouTube and then watch a whole bunch of commercials? That makes no sense to me. I mean, I went to YouTube because I didn't want to see commercials. And so I guess that's why I do watch a lot of smaller YouTubers because they can't put commercials on. So they have to have content that's engaging for people to watch their whole video. But I don't mind a commercial in a skippable commercial in the front and maybe a skippable commercial at the end. I think I mean, and maybe it's just me. I think two commercials are more than enough. Well, thank you. Thank you, Monique. Yeah, I'm not buying. I saw that Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette, but you know I'm a warm gal. You've seen my video. I have a video, eyeshadow collection video that you can see that I am a neutral girl, all a warm neutral through and through. And those grays just don't speak to me. So that's not going. And I'm on a low buy and I'm trying to use up my stash. So between the low buy, trying to use up my stash, and being a warm neutral gal, that one's not for me. Yes. If you have a channel, comment with a purple heart below. And if you're in the chat, just put a purple heart there while I'm still chatting so that people can show love to you. Oh, Monique has a boatload of stuff. Monique now has high-end stuff. You have higher-end stuff than me now. Oh man, if you and I have gotten to more pan on that Juvia's Place than you saw in that particular video. I have really, I'm like, oh man, I may have to get another one of that particular palette because I've gotten to pan on quite a few items. So loving, loving it, loving that eyeshadow palette. Saharan, is it? Can't remember. Nubian 2, the orange one. Again, warm colors. Yes. Oh, Monique, you weren't here for the beginning of the video. One of YouTube has now decided that more than 2 emojis is considered spam, and so when you're commenting on somebody's video, if you put more than 1 emoji, it goes into the spam, likely spams category. Or if you put check marks, or I think it's all caps, might be another one. So so that's something to think about when you're replying, when you're putting comments on people's things. Yes, I just found that out yesterday, or no, this morning. It all runs together. I think it was 6 o'clock in the morning. It all runs together. But yes, so if you put a check, like the emoji check, that's considered spam. And if you put more than 1 emoji, or more than 2 emojis, that's considered spam. Go figure. So that way, because one of the other things is that when they're looking at you to become monetized, I mean, all these things I didn't know. They'll go through the comments that people have put on your videos, and if you have a lot of comments where there are multiple emojis or checks or whatever emoji of the day that they feel is spam, that slows down your monetization. When they actually when you get your 4,000, you get your 1,000 subscribers, you get your 4,000 watch hours, and now you're being offered up to the YouTube gods for monetization. Then they go through your channel to see those things. No, you can't, Monique. You can't. You cannot. You have to be very, very particular about what gifts you give. Now, I guess you could do it throughout, every couple of things that people say. You can throw something in there if you want to. I don't think so. Google owns YouTube. I think Google owns YouTube, but not Facebook. Oh, Facebook owns Instagram? Okay, I didn't know that. I know Google owns YouTube. Which is why when you're creating your titles, you want to, like I said, YouTube, Tubebuddy is what I use to create my titles, because it tells you what's searched. And so when you're creating your title, it tells you what's the best searched subject. And so when you're creating a title, you go into Tubebuddy, you put in what your title is, and you can see if it's a good fit or a bad fit. And I'll put a link to Tubebuddy down in the description. But Google is obviously a search engine. So when it created YouTube, it runs the same way. So if you get something that's high on the search in Google, you'll get more out of YouTube, because YouTube will push that up to the top. All these algorithms and mathematical things, crazy. Oh, I did not know that Facebook will stop you from posting too many video links. I did not know that. That is very good to know, Lisa. Yes. So that's why it's very important that your titles are searchable, put it that way, or very easily searchable, because that will push you up in the YouTube algorithm, and it will help your videos be viewed more often. Oh, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm not as active as I guess I could be, but social media will take over your life if you let it. And I do enough on YouTube, a little bit on Instagram, some very little on Twitter. What I do on Twitter is just to advertise what I do here on YouTube. But I'm also very particular as to who I have as friends on Facebook. And there's a lot of people that I do not follow. So we're still friends, but I don't follow anything that they put out. So yeah, I know you love Instagram, Miss Monique, because when you put your pictures up, I know you like Instagram. Wow, that's very well put, Lisa. So Facebook is her neighborhood, Instagram is the decorations, Twitter is the loud noise, and YouTube is the world. Excellent. I like that. I might have to steal that. Very well thought out. My coworkers don't know anything. Well, not that I know of. I don't talk about my social media with my coworkers, so they don't. And I've always had that idea with any job that I've worked, that my social media, that's a part of my life which I don't share with my employers or the people I work with. I don't think anyone has ever found any of my videos. I'm just not that big, not that popular that they would. I mean, and my YouTube name is not my name, which is one of the reasons why it's not my name, because I don't want anybody to try to have me use my social media for their advertisements. I mean, and you'll find more and more employers are trying to get you to do that. They want to monitor my social media. Number one, my social media is my social media. I created it before I started working for you. I will have it after I stop working for you. And it's not your place to tell me what to do on my own. I'm not talking about you. I never, as you notice, nobody knows who I work for. I don't ever talk about who I work for. So no, I'm not going to share whatever you want me to share about you. You have your own PR company. If you need me to share on my social media about you as a company, then I shouldn't be working for you, because y'all don't have enough money or clout. But that's just me. I'm getting excited about that because, I mean, it happens a lot that they start asking you to put things on your social media. It's like, no. Yeah, I'm with you. My Facebook is in my name. So if they see my Facebook, there's nothing on there that I ever say, but I mean, there would be no way for them to know what my, my YouTube or my Instagram or my Twitter, because that's all Divine Diva K. And I don't mention Divine Diva K in my Facebook. So, and my Facebook was, I think I created my Facebook when my son was younger because I wanted to know what he was on. So, and I didn't think, it didn't occur to, I think I created the Facebook long before I created Divine Diva K. So, but I do have a Divine Diva K fan page, which I don't really do much with. I don't even know if I thought I published it, but I don't even know because I don't go there very often. Yes, you made me get my Facebook way back when. And so if an employer, I mean, that one is my name. So my legal name. So if an employer looked at that, it's fairly innocuous. I mean, I don't really have anything on there that they would, would be an issue. But I still don't, promote anything that they want me to promote. It's like, no, you have a PR. You need my Facebook to do what you need, what you need done. You need to promote and do your own propaganda. My Facebook is my Facebook. And Monique is not your first name. All this time I thought I was calling you by your first name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't do anything illegal. No, I don't do anything illegal or illicit. It depends on what you do. I think that I still don't want them to know what I do. Oh, that's a nice name. Now, is it Dorliza or Dorlisa? Lisa. Dorlisa. It's an interesting name. I like that. So why did you choose Monique over that name? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because I know that for Lou, some of her students have found her on YouTube, which has got to be, hi Shannon, has got to be problematic because here is your teacher talking about things that you probably wouldn't talk about in the classroom, which is I mean, I don't talk about things that I wouldn't talk about at work, but that's got to be difficult. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it's got to be problematic and it's got to be difficult because then how do you go back to school and you're talking to the kids and they know what you said in that live, when you went down the rabbit hole. That's got to be difficult. Because, that goes around. I mean, that's drama for them. Oh, did you see what the teacher said last night? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, the harlot speaks, I believe. I mean, if you found it and they found it, that's got to be difficult. I mean, not that you have any, you're ashamed of what you did, but it's just that that's not something that you want to interact with your students with. It's got to be difficult. Yes, a grown high school students, that's got to be difficult because their life is drama. I mean, everything is drama for them. So they're going to bring that drama into the classroom, which is, But I mean, I do wigs and fragrance and, hair care products. And yeah, you see me with my hair wet. If I was at a pool, you'd see me with my hair wet. So, with the people I work with, it wouldn't really make a difference. So, but again, I think in the corporate jobs that I have worked, the biggest issue I've had with them is that they want me to use my social media to advance their brand, which I won't do. I don't know about my wet hair. I look like a drowned rat when my hair is wet. So, but I'm not advancing their agenda. So, although one time I had gotten up to get something, and as Lou says, sometimes you dress from your waist up, and sometimes you don't have to. I mean, what's below nobody sees anyway. But I reached over to get something on one of my videos, and you saw that I didn't have any pants on. So that had to quick yank that from the YouTube streets, edit the video, and put it back out there. But thank goodness one of my subscribers saw it like probably 20 minutes after I put it up, so it wasn't out there for very long. Yes. But I'm sure they monitor, it's allergy season. I'm sure they monitor that, and it's specifically for students. Boy, my hair looks gray today. It looks very gray. I'm just looking at it saying, whoa, it looks gray. I'm okay with that, I guess. But it's looking crazy gray today. Thank you, Monique. Thank you so much. Your makeup is on point, on point, on point. Your pictures are gorgeous on Instagram. Yes. Panties. They saw my panties. They're like, do you realize that and thank goodness she gave me the time frame. At such and such a minutes into the video, you stretched out to get something and your panties were showing. And I was like, oh. My panties. So I went back, yanked the video off of the YouTube streets, edited it, and put it back up. I can't even remember what video that was. It was a hair video, but I can't remember which one it was. But then, one of the other things that you really don't realize is that one day I was doing something. I can't remember what I was searching on Google, and this an Asian website came up, and I had one of my videos embedded in the website. And I'm like, I'm assuming it had something to do with wigs because it was my hair, you know, it was one of my wig videos, but I had no idea what it was talking about. And it was me. It was my video embedded. I don't know what I was selling, but the company was using me to sell some wig or some hair. It was very, very interesting. Oh. You know, I'm not, you know, Shannon, I'm not sure, but I would think if the person is watching it ad free, and maybe someone can, if you're watching the video in the replay, maybe you can tell us in below. If they're watching it ad free, I would think you wouldn't get AdSense because they're not watching an ad. So I'm thinking you wouldn't get for that person, you would just get watch hours, but you wouldn't get any AdSense because the whole concept of AdSense is that they're putting it, the sponsor or the company is putting an ad on your video. So, I mean, that's what I would think. And I do know, I mean, I have some people who are subscribed to me that I know that I don't know what the name of the YouTube is, but they pay so that they don't have ads so they can watch any video. But in my mind, I just don't watch the videos that I know are monetized. And what is it, the 5 seconds that I have to watch for skippable, I'll do that. I'm not paying, I don't pay NBC or ABC or any of those, CW to watch TV without commercials. Although Hulu, you can pay to Hulu. I can't remember. Hulu has the service where you can pay without interruptions, commercial interruptions. So, I mean, I'm thinking, yeah. Knickers. I like knickers. I like the word knickers. But yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, okay, I'm going to pay you so I don't have to watch commercials. Not going to do that. Not going to do that. Like I said, if there are YouTubers that have too many commercials, I just don't watch their videos. Because on any given subject, there are thousands of people giving information. And I will tend to look at the ones that don't have as many views. So does anybody have any questions about what we talked about today? We talked about, let me get my notes back again. We talked about spam being more than 2 of an emoji. If you put more than 2 emojis, YouTube is now considering that spam. If you put if everything's in caps, they consider that spam. And then comments like sub for sub or check out my channel, which to me is spam, and they rightfully so consider that spam. Second, doing lives. Number 1, be part A, doing lives yourself, getting over the fact that you may feel uncomfortable doing lives. And then secondarily, part B, being on other people's lives and making comments that are content consistent. And then 3, Facebook playlist viewing, Facebook groups that play each other's videos to get your watch hours up. So those are the three areas we talked about in this edition of the Small YouTubers Forum. Number 2 was spam. Was the spam what YouTube considers spam? More than 2 emojis, anything in caps, sub to sub. Check out my list. Though that was number 2. Number 3 was the Facebook groups. Oh, number 2, sorry. Number 2 was lives. Either doing lives yourself, getting on and like I am right now, getting on and doing a live and talking and interacting with your community. And the other part is being on other people's lives. I'm still trying to figure out how you find people live if you're not subscribed to them. Commenting on someone else's lives. Or when you comment on somebody's live, you want to just make sure that it is content consistent. So you're saying something that makes sense and adds to the conversation as opposed to random things. Yes, I just learned about that this morning, Shannon, about the whole emoji thing. I was like, what? I've put in multiple emojis before. I mean, it never, I mean, these people were die hard. So they were trying to get subscriber counts up. That's what they were considered. I think they say growth. I think they're called growth lives, where it's just people coming in, and them calling them out and saying sub to that person, sub to that person, sub to that, join that family. And what they were saying was that YouTube had, and I don't know when it started, and somebody said to go to the community page and read not the community page, the guideline page, but it expressly says it, which I never knew. Really? I did not know that. Now, Lexi, when you say authors used to tag each other and Amazon's algorithm picked it up, what do you mean in terms of tagged each other? To the bottom of your, you can see people's lives. So you go to the bottom left hand. Oh, okay. I will, when I get off this live, I'll take a look. Under more from YouTube, click on live, and you can see a lot of people currently doing live. Okay. Like were you asking what number 2 means? Going to the Lexi, you're funny. Yeah, I did not know about emojis till this morning. So that's why it was added to what I was going to be talking about today. But yeah, I mean, there are so many lives going on. I mean, every hour of the day. And some of these people, they're not playing. They do like 2 lives a day, and they're getting those sub counts up. I've seen some of them that, are just skyrocketing with how many subscribers they get. So they get that piece. And then the ones that are running these lives, they're running these lives for like 2-3 hours long. Just people coming in, and them subbing. And the person who's running the live, they're getting the watch hours. And the people that are coming into the live, they're getting the subbies. So it's really interesting. It's very, very interesting. That's what I thought, Lexi. I have been thinking that for a long time, but from what I'm gathering, and there are a lot of YouTubers that are talking about YouTube, some really big YouTubers that talk about YouTube growth, and they're helping their, you can buy their package and grow your YouTube channel. I don't think the algorithm goes that deep into it, because I was wondering the same thing when I first found out about these Facebook groups that play playlists. I don't think the algorithm goes that far yet. Now, maybe it will, but you have to think about the millions of people. Now, I was going to say thousands, but it's millions of people that are on YouTube right this very moment. And algorithms are computers, but I don't think it's going that deep into the weeds to find out, well, divinedivak is watching, Lexi Harper's video 6 times. I don't think, or 12 times or 15 times. I don't think the algorithm goes that deep. Google owns YouTube, Shannon. Google owns YouTube. So that's why you have to be careful about what your titles. If you want your videos to be pushed up in the algorithm, you want to make sure that what your title is searchable. So yeah, that definitely helps. That definitely helps. But I don't think maybe one day the algorithm, but I don't think they're really worried about that much, because I think that there are hey, I've been on for 10 years and I didn't even know half of this stuff. I've learned more things about YouTube and being a content creator in the last month than I knew in the 10 years I've been here. I don't know what happened there. Woo! There we go. I don't know what's going on with my, yeah. So we learn more every single day. Yes, that is true. Because one of the options when you put your cards at the end of your YouTube video, one of the options is to YouTube suggests the best video for the viewer. So which means that YouTube knows whoever the viewer is, YouTube knows what you've searched, and then looks through my videos to figure out what video you are most likely to look at. Yes, take care, Monique. Now, I didn't know about Facebook groups, but that's interesting. That's very interesting. I know it does it for your Google searches, any Google searches you might have done, or any other videos you may have watched. And then it says, oh, okay, what should I put up for this viewer that would most likely be interesting to them? Well, I have been on here. The asking about Facebook. I'm not sure. Oh, the Facebook groups. One of the Facebook groups that I know of is called YouTube Creators. I think it's called YouTube Creators. It's a picture of a woman. One eye is a camera lens, and the other eye, I think, is a coin or something. And it's called, I think it's called the YouTube Creators Group. Oh, affecting ads. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, that piece I don't know, because I think Facebook and Instagram are somehow connected. I think Facebook and Instagram are somehow connected, but But I don't think that that's Google and they're not connected. But yeah. Well, I have been on for an hour and a half, which is is a long time. Is a long time for me. And I thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Hey, Robert Banks, thank you for joining. I'm just getting at the end of this one. Yes, it was nice meeting you too. Yes, and I will be doing another one. Well, I definitely doing another one in June because, like I said, my goal is to do one every month, at least one a month. If I can get over my phobia of doing lives, I will do it more often. Well, then you should have your aunt subscribe and join the fun. But if I can get over my phobia of doing these lives, which we talked about a little bit at the beginning of it, I might do another one before the month's out. But I will definitely do one in June because my goal, as I said, is to do one every month. So that's my goal. So this is my Small YouTubers Forum for the month of May. And hopefully you learned something. And if you've watched the whole video and all 1 hour and 31 minutes, I know you like my content. So it's easy to subscribe. You click the subscribe button down below. It's absolutely free. And hit the notification button because that'll let you know when I upload a video. For all of you who have been with me from the very beginning, thank you so much. Your support means so much to me. And I will see you guys on my next video.